Hi guys, Pain Dog here. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about how to get a ring and an earring that is the equivalent to a Mark of Shadows or a witch earring. Now, the witch earring and the Mark of Shadows, as you know, are very hard to get. They're pretty rare drops. It takes a lot of patience and a lot of grinding in order to be able to get something like that. But there are a couple of things that you can do to get the equivalent of a witch earring. So this witch earring, the default is 5.5 AP. The earring that you can actually craft is the earring of sealed magical power with 5.5 AP. Very similar. Same with the Mark of Shadow ring. The equivalent to it is the ring of sealed magical power, which its default level is 5.5, even though this is 6.1 because it's upgraded to level 1. But the default is the same with the Mark of Shadows. The only difference being, when you get the first set, it's 3.3, and then it goes up to 4.4 for the next set, and then the final set is 5.5. So these go up 1 AP every time you upgrade them. But when you finally are able to enchant, you see these ones say right under them, cannot be enchanted. You must get the third level, the blue one, to enchant them, and then you can take another one, another sealed magical power earring, slam it together with this one, and I would end up getting something very similar to this, which would be 6 AP, 1 DP. The difference is when you upgrade a Mark of Shadows or a witch earring, you're getting 2 points, but they're both being spent in AP. So people go for these rings because they like to stack the AP. But this ring I think is absolutely fantastic. The fact that I get 1 DP with it. And it's a free upgrade. I can just be guaranteed to get this just by doing these missions every single day. So as you can see, there's also a daily that you can do to get the skeletons. So make sure you check with the Black Spirit on your daily. You can go up to this witch, which is here, right beside Bear. If you just go to east of Bear, or Hex Sanctuary, if you go northwest of Hex Sanctuary, this is where the Black Spirit missions will take you. If you're past 50 and you've done the right missions in order, you will get this mission every single day. And so once a day, I can take this mission, and I just return it in for some contribution, not a big deal. But she'll also give me a co-op mission, which gives you a box, which usually unlocks a steel tool of some sort. I can also do this mission, which is an hourly repeatable mission. And this mission is where I get these tokens of promise. Now, if you look here, it says if I get 3 tokens of promise, I get 1. I can trade them in for 1 dim magical power earring, or I can trade them in for 1 dim magical power ring. And if I get 5 of them plus the original ring, I can trade them in for 1 earring of concentrated magical power, which is plus 1 AP, or I could trade it in for 1 concentrated magical power ring, which is another 1 plus AP. So doing this one or the other one, which is the Shadow Knights, I can get the same token of promise, and I can either spend them on an earring or I can spend them all on a ring. It's up to me. So I will accept this mission. And now I have to go and kill 100 skeletons to get this mission. As you can see, I can actually already get the next level of earring because I have this original one, but I'll explain that to you in a second. First of all, let's go kill ourselves 100 skeletons. Alright, so our mission's done. I've got this little area that I go over here to jump off to get right back at the start. So I don't have to go all the way back around, and the not a witch lady's right here. You'll know why I call her that. Lady, I really think you're a witch.
I am not a witch.
Yeah, I think you are.
I heard there are some uncomplimentary rumors
So,
going around
now,
our
we have a
Martian
backup
guild.
witch earring, which is great. We also have the very first stage of the dim earring. I have now collected 8 tokens of promise. which I can use to trade into the NPC that is right beside her. So I could go ahead and upgrade this to one of these, or I could upgrade this to one of these. Now, if I want to upgrade this to one of these, I would need 10 of these rings. I can come back and do this in exactly 1 hour from when I've handed the mission in. So I put my timer on and I come back and do this again in an hour. But in the meantime, I'm going to ride over to the abandoned monastery. And once I get to the abandoned monastery, I can do the same mission, but this time it'll be for the Shadow Knights. So we'll be right back. Alright, so we're at the abandoned monastery now. And once again, I can confirm where we are in the map for you. So, abandoned monastery just north of Trent, just south of Kai Lake, the Catfish Camp, and that is just south of Calfield. So we're over here at the abandoned monastery, and we have the same sort of missions with this area, almost identical to the witch, but it's for a ring. So we can talk to this gentleman here, and we'll get the same mission for tokens of promises, which, like I said before, we can use for either purchasing these rings or for purchasing witch earrings. So we go downstairs, and you can either just enter through the well right there, and that's nice and easy as well, or show you a little secret entrance. Not so secret entrance, everybody pretty much knows it. I prefer this entrance over here, that way I don't have to walk through all the crap just to get where I want to go, which is downstairs. There's another little secret entrance right over there, but this one's just as good. It takes us right downstairs into the very basement. We go over here and we kill some Shadow Knights. So now that you've done killing as many Shadow Knights as you need, which is 60, you get another token. So now I have 9 tokens of promise. If I do this one more time, an hour from now, I can go do the witches fairly soon. Then I'll have 10 tokens of promise, and I'll be able to trade this with the 10 tokens of promise in to make one of these, which is what we'll do, because we could just take this off now and throw a witch earring on, since we got 2 witch earrings from our earlier grinding, which is absolutely amazing. So we have 2 witch earrings, we've got 2 Mark of Shadows, we actually have a Mark of Shadows back in Calfian. Doing good. There's our other mark. So what we'll do now is we've got 1 of each of these. So the first one, you had to have earned 3 tokens of promise. You get 3 tokens of promise and you trade them in for one of these. To get this one, you need to have one of these plus 5 tokens of promise. Then you get the 5 tokens of promise with this and you trade it in for one of these. Then you take this and get 10 tokens of promise and you'll be able to get one of these. And then once I have another one of those, which is what we're going to do next, I will smash it together with this one, and hopefully we get a +1, the equivalent of this ring, and we'll be able to get a 6-1 ring. Right now we have a 5-5 ring. Like I said, it's exactly the same as witch. Now, when these scale up, the witch earrings go to +7, so they get 2 additional points. Both are spent on AP. When the Mark of Shadow goes up to the next tier, it also gets 2 points to spend, and they both get spent on AP. The reason I'm saying it that way is because I want you to realize that this ring is the equivalent of those rings. I know it only goes up by 1 AP, but you still get 2 points to spend. One of them goes up in AP to make it 6, and the other point is spend on a DP, which this ring does not have. So if you're any class at all that likes to have a little bit more DP, if you're any class like a warrior or a Velk, you want to feel like a little bit more tanky but still have lots of DPS, I think these rings are great. The Mark of Shadow is awesome too. If you want to maximize DPS, you get +2 to 7, +2 to 9. This will go +7 and 2 DP for the next one. So it's amazing. Same with the ring. It'll go to 6-1. And then if it goes up to a +2, it'll go to 7-2. So you're still getting the same amount of total points, but you're just distributing them differently between your attack points and your defense points. So I think these are a great ring. I think very easy to do. While you're trying to farm up the witch earrings, if you're going for a complete AP set and you want to get eventually a tier 3 witch earrings, while you're farming for these, you might as well be crafting these. These are going to be a lot easier to smash together, but still when you do it, I smashed 2 of these together to get my +1 in order to, by smashing together I mean enchanting them through the Black Spirit. For those of you who don't know, you just call the Black Spirit up. If you have 2 of the same rings or earrings, you click the enchantment button here, and then you add 1, and then if I had another one, I would click it and it would pop there, and then it would smash them together, and if I was lucky, I would get a +1. If I'm unlucky, they both just disappear, and they're gone forever. The same thing with any rings or any accessories. So I smashed 2 of these together by enchanting them, and I got a +1. I did that at around 30 fail stacks. Some are going to say that that's a waste, but I like it. That's what I wanted to do. So I'll probably wait till about 30 fail stacks again to smash the next one together that I'm going to create in about an hour. So that's an easy way for you guys to guarantee, especially if you're lower level and you have not got a witch earring yet, or you have not got a Mark of Shadows and you can't afford them, head over to Hex Sanctuary right here. Becker is where we were with the witch. This little potion icon. And right here, Abandoned Monastery. Check those places out. Get your missions. You can do it every hour after you've turned it in. So after you've turned the mission in, an hour from that point, you can come back and do it again. Plus, you can do the dailies from the Black Spirit every day. And you can also do the dailies from the Witch, which give you these mysterious chests. And when you open them, they usually just give you tools. Sometimes they'll give you good things. That's not so good for me. What else we got? Shabby leather barding. A steel tanning knife. That's good. I like that. And so that's the type of thing you get. You can do that once a day from the Witch. You can also do the other one once an hour, just like this one. So when you go to trade them in, you want to make sure that you don't just trade them in for the dim version of that ring. I'm going to ride over real quick to the Witches, and I'll show you real quick on her. Alright, so we're back at the Witch, who's not a witch. We're at Becker, right here. And like I said, Bear, we're back to the mission. I just wanted to go over this a little bit, just to make sure it couldn't be a little confusing when you first try to accept these missions. If I go up to this lady, you can see what can I do with the Seals of Promise. You click R. Now make sure you don't select the bottom one, unless you have not done it before. If you have not done it before, then you won't even see this top one. You'll only get the dim magical power. Remember, it goes dim, concentrated, then sealed. So we've got dim, concentrated, then sealed. So dim's always the one you start off first. Then you get the concentrated, then you get the sealed. So if I wanted to upgrade this concentrated, I wouldn't be able to right now because I need 10 of them. So I don't have the sealed available right now. I could make another concentrated if I accepted that mission, but I don't want to accept this mission. I could make one of these, but that would be made from my dim and 5 tokens of promise. So that would be made from this one and that, and I would get this. If I had 10 seals or 10 tokens of promise and I use this, I would get that. So when you're doing these missions, make sure, especially if you have a lot of seals on you, make sure you're selecting the right one. If you want to make the sealed, it'll say sealed there. If you want to make the concentrated, it'll say concentrated. If you want to make the dim, then you do that. Alright, that's how you get your fake witch earring and your fake Mark of Shadow. Anyway, that's one way that you can craft it and not have to rely on good old RNG. You can just actually get one there every time, guaranteed. It only takes an hour at a time, and you get 2 of those seals, so it's actually quite quick. But remember to reset your grades as well. Remember to invest in your nodes, and then you'll probably get a witch earring or a Mark of Shadow a lot faster. Hey, thank you so much for watching. Follow me on Twitter. The link is below the stream. Follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/thepaindog. Come on in, join the conversation. Thank you so very much for watching. Remember to hit that subscribe button below, and I'll see you guys next time.